RNYRF Pucked Up Podcast. I'm Joey Gucciardo, filling in for Robert Herr and Kirkland. I want to open up today's podcast with the Eric Staal trade today. After 12 seasons with the Carolina Hurricanes, Eric Staal, who's the brother of Rangers defenseman Mark Staal, is leaving the team, who made him the second overall pick in the 2003 draft. Eric, not Mark. Staal is also leaving brother Jordan, with whom he has spent the past 3+ seasons to play with another brother, Mark, of the New York Rangers. The reason I mention this is because Eric Staal was traded to the Rangers today at around mid-afternoon for a second-round pick in the 2016 and 17 NHL draft and prospect Alexi Solera. Now let's read a little bit about Solera. Solera, who is 19 years old, is playing his fourth season in the Finnish Liga and second campaign with Asset Pori. The 5'11", 200-pound center has a team-leading 18 goals, 31 points, and a +7 rating in 46 games this season. The Helsinki native won a gold medal in January at the World Junior Hockey Championship in Finland, recording 4 goals and 7 points in as many games. He was the Rangers' third-round pick, 89th overall in 2015, and had 25 goals, 47 points in 156 games in Finland's top league. Now, I think this is a very interesting trade. I think that, and also with the trade, the Rangers had to send down forward Marek Hrivik, and and Staal waived his full no movement / no clause to join the Rangers, who wanted to place Sunday's second Metropolitan Division. Who entered place Sunday second in the Metropolitan Division with a 36-26 record. So I think it's a very interesting trade. I believe that it won't free up too much cap space. I mean, I don't think it'll free up any cap space, but it gives us a player who may be able to help us with a cup run. I mean, honestly, I noticed he has 10 goals, 23 assists this season for 33 points, 30 for ±-4, 32 penalty minutes, 9 even strength goals, 1 power play goal, and no shorthanded goals. He's a scorer. You can tell by that. But then again, he's not like an Ovechkin who's leading the team in goals, or like a Patrick Kane leading the league in points. He's not that kind of player, but he can help us, I think. And with the move I mentioned earlier, the Rangers had to send down forward Marek Hrivik. So let's read a little bit about Hrivik and how we had to call up Hrivik in the first place. Ian and Rob had mentioned in one of the earlier podcasts that the Rangers had signed free agent Daniel Paille. He was signed by the Rangers on January 21st for depth and helped on the penalty kill. He was placed on waivers on February 20th and cleared waivers on February 21st and was assigned to the Hartford Wolfpack of the AHL. So the Rangers needed someone to fill his spot in the lineup, so they recalled Marek Hrivik, a forward from the Hartford Wolfpack of the American Hockey League. Now, in 12 games with the Rangers this season, he had a ± rating of -2, 11 shots on goal, and was only on ice for 2 Ranger goals and 8 goals against the Rangers. He was on ice for. And it happened on the 21st. It was around noon when we replaced Paille on waivers, and around 24 hours later he cleared waivers. So anyway, a short time after we placed Paille on waivers, I believe Mark Staal had an injury. And Ryan McDonough was injured with a concussion that he sustained in a fight against the Flyers against Wayne Simmons. He came back for a game, and then he was hit in the cheek and chin by a Winnipeg Jet player. I forgot who it was, and he was injured, so we had to recall a defenseman from Hartford. So on February 23rd, we recalled defenseman Brady Shea from the Hartford Wolfpack, and the next day on the 24th, we sent him back down to Hartford. On the 24th, we sent him down maybe early in the morning, and the reason we sent Paille down to Hartford was because we wanted to upgrade the fourth line, who at the time had been having problems. And I believe that slowly they're starting to find their way, because in a game against the Devils, Dominic Moore had scored a goal, and Hrivik actually got an assist on that, I believe. So that was a good for the fourth line. And I think the fourth line is slowly starting to work its way up, and I think it's going to be better. I think the power play and the penalty kill are going to be better soon. Not too much better, but a little better. So that's what I think. And now let's talk about Rick Nash. The guy is injured. He was injured recently in a game. Apparently, it might have been a block shot. We're not really sure what it was exactly. I've heard rumors of what has been going on with him. Most of the rumors have come from RNYRF members and stuff who have very good sources. I will not say the names or what the rumors are. I will not say how bad it is either, but I really hope Nash comes back soon. And the Eric Staal trade is going to shake things up a bit. It might shake up the fourth lines. Eric Staal can play center and he can play wing. So it'd be interesting to see if maybe Dominic Moore gets scratched more often, or someone on the third line gets scratched more often. And if Nash coming back to the lineup will have an effect on that, because we know Nash is going to play, obviously, and we know Eric Staal is going to play. So it's going to be interesting to see what will happen. And Keith Yandel, a free agent, might be traded soon. You got to remember, Keith Yandel is a free agent. And Eric Staal is going to be an unrestricted free agent on July 1st. So he's going to be interesting to see if the Rangers sign him. We got to see how things play out, really, and it's going to be very interesting to find these things out. It's going to be very interesting. But let's get to some more somber news, more sadder news. On Friday, Rangers legend Andy Bathgate passed away at the age of 83. Bathgate was a true Rangers legend. I will now read you a statement from Rangers president Glenn Sather on the passing of Andy Bathgate, quoting Glenn Sather. Today, the New York Rangers and the hockey world lost a beloved and cherished member of its community with the passing of our legendary blue shirt, Andy Bathgate. Andy's Hall of Fame career and many tremendous accomplishments place him among the greatest players who have ever worn a Ranger jersey. Rangers. Those fortunate enough to have known him fondly remember how he always carried himself with the utmost class and dignity. The entire Rangers organization sends our most heartfelt condolences to Andy's wife, Merle, and the Bathgate family. Now let's read a statement from Roger Aubert on the passing of Andy Bathgate. Here's a statement quoting Roger Aubert. Andy set the bar for what it means to be a Ranger. He was a true innovator of the game and my idol. As a young player, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to play with him and learn from him. He was class personified on and off the ice. He will be sorely missed by everyone in the Rangers organization and throughout the hockey world. So that is very sad of the passing of Andy Bathgate. Anyway, this episode of the RNYRF Pucked Up Podcast was definitely a shorter one. I know Ian and Robert usually do maybe a 90 minutes to 2 hours podcast, to a 90 minute to 2 hour podcast usually. I'm only making this about 10 minutes today. So I don't really have much time on my hands, so I don't really have much time to make a long podcast like that. I wouldn't have the patience to maybe do a podcast that long, unless I'm broadcasting something on Rabble TV, which RNYRF is a part of, where they broadcast New York Rangers games. They're also on Twitter as @RNYRF. On Facebook is facebook.com/RNYRF. And a Facebook group where it all started at facebook.com/group/RNYRF. And they're on Instagram as @RNYRF. You can find their Rabble TV profile at www.rabble.tv/user/RNYRF/profile. I know that's a lot, but if you want to view their profile, it's a lot. You just got to remember that. The games that they've broadcasted are archived on there, and so you can listen to them. And I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I'm Joey Gucciardo for RNYRF, part of the Neutral Zone blog of the UNB network. So have a good night, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Hopefully, Ian and Robert are planning on doing another podcast on March 19th, I believe is the date. So you might have to wait till then. I may do another one before that. I'm not sure. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Have a good night.